This is my little niece.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
I love your shirt.
Yeah, here's my mom.
Hi.
Hello.
That's
Hello.
My dad. Да, ниже.
Oh, look at he's got the RSL.
Nice.
Love it. Hello. Hello.
Welcome to our AT&T 5G virtual studios. I am Jillian Sakovitz. That is Susanna Collins, and this is the call-up. So nice to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you too.
Today, we have a really important guest, two-time MLS All-Star Dema Kovalenko. Born and raised in Ukraine, Kovalenko had an MLS career that spanned 1999 to 2010 that included an MLS Cup, Open Cup, and Supporter Shield. And today we have an incredibly eye-opening conversation with him. He is sitting in Poland at the border, trying to find out what's next for his family who was living in a bomb shelter under a church in Kyiv. Luckily, most of them are reunited as we taped this, but still so much ahead, including what and where is next. Take a listen.
Time now for our AT&T 5G call to the field. We are so pleased and honored to bring in a two-time MLS All-Star and MLS Cup champion, but most of all, a very proud Ukrainian, Dema Kovalenko. Dema, thank you so very much for taking the time to join us. I know that it is an incredibly difficult time right now for you and your family. Before we get into all of that, we want to familiarize our listeners and our viewers with who you are. You had a pretty epic MLS career. Can you just kind of give us a little snapshot about your life and how you ended up in Major League Soccer?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I came to United States in 92. Went to high school at Rochester, New York, upstate New York. Yeah, then I ended up going to Indiana University, playing for Jerry Yeagley, and then I stayed, 2.5 years. And then, I did what I always wanted to do. I joined the Major League Soccer. I got drafted. And that's how my career started. I wanted to go to Chicago. And they had a good team in 99. And that's what happened. I just got lucky and Bob drafted me, and, that's how my career started.
So you lived in Ukraine, Dema, until you were 13 years old?
13 and a half, yeah.
How did you go? How did you go from Ukraine to upstate New York?
We came for a tournament in 91 for a month, 3 weeks, maybe, stayed with the families in Rochester, New York. And then following year we came again, stay with the same families. And family that I stayed, they asked me if I want to maybe stay and live in the United States and go to school and learn English. And and I had no idea. I said I had to talk to my mom and my dad and ask him if it's okay. So I called him actually and asked him that, and I said, come home, we'll talk about it. And then that's what happened. I came home with the team. It was a soccer team. I played for Dynamo Kyiv youth team. It's a famous team in Ukraine. And then I went back, talked to my family, and, we decided it's a good time for me to go. So that's what happened,
Can you tell us about what your childhood was like living in Ukraine until you said you were 13 and a half years old? What did it look like?
I was just soccer. It's all like I didn't go to school. I always got in trouble in school. Went with my father. He was actually next to me right now. He's listening. He doesn't understand anything, but I didn't want to do anything else. That was my dream. It was a goal of mine. It's all I wanted to do. I slept with the soccer ball since I was a kid, and I wanted to play. I didn't know when I ended up playing. I was ended up playing in MLS. Most of my career, a couple of years, I was in Europe, but mostly in MLS. And, I'm lucky. I did what I wanted to do. I played professional soccer. Again, I didn't know it happened in MLS for 12 seasons. And, but I always wanted to do that. That's all I wanted to do. That's it.
So that's good news. You say you're sitting next to your father. I know currently. Your family. You're
My
currently.
family's here. Иди сюда. Yeah, they can say hello. Yeah, иди сюда. They're a little scared.
Hi.
They said they're gonna say hi. You know,
Hello,
they are here.
family.
They are here. It's my mom.
Hi.
Hello,
That's it.
hello. We're so happy to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
You look very happy.
My dad's right there. He's
Yeah,
иди
where's
сюда.
Dad?
Dad's right here. He's an old man. He's coming. He's coming. He's here. My dad. Да, ниже.
Oh, look at, he's got the RSL.
Nice.
Love it. Hello, hello.
Hello,
We're,
hello.
we're so happy to see you all together.
Рада видеть тебя вместе.
Okay.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you.
I love he's repping Major League Soccer as well.
Dads
Yeah,
Little shout out with the RSL.
It's crazy. Yeah. So
Dads
yeah.
are the same everywhere. So
I know. He's
Dema, you are coming to us from Poland. You're
Poland,
currently
yeah.
living in
Yeah.
Illinois, working at Oak Brook Soccer Club. So can you tell us, you're with your family. Is that why you went to Poland? What brought you to Poland?
Yeah, that's on the 24th. Then of last month when everything started. And I didn't know what to do. It was a difficult situation. My family was in a bomb shelter for 10 days. And then, I needed to get them out. I tried to. It was difficult, and this is the only way I could have. I couldn't travel home because of what's going on. So I called him and I said, let's meet in Poland, and that's what happened. I flew to Poland. It happened quick. It happened like in 3 hours. I just called him, say, pack your stuff, and just let's meet there. They couldn't get out right away. They had to wait because there's, when it was in the bomb shelter, there's silences every day, 3-4 times a day. So they had to wait for a time, and then that's what happened. So my mom, my sister, and my niece, they left first. They went to the train station just without tickets or anything, and just they tried to get on a train, go to west of Ukraine in Lviv. They couldn't get on the first train. They couldn't get on the second train. They couldn't get on the third train. They finally got on the fourth train. It was an 18-hour train ride, and without lights, without anything. It was crazy. It was little cabins in the train. Little cabins they have. It was like 16 people in the cabin, which holds 4 people. It's crazy. They had no clothes. They only took some backpacks with them. And, they came. I flew a little bit earlier, day before, and I met them on Sunday. So they went to Lviv. Then they had to go over the border. They went to Hungary over the border. It took them a few hours to get there. And then they took a car for 12.5 hours to Poland. And I met them there. Yeah.
Wow. It's hard to
It's crazy.
wrap your head around the reality that people are facing there. Dima, you're in Poland. Obviously, they're all together, which we are so grateful and thankful to see that they are out.
Yeah.
What's next? What's sort of the next step?
I've been here for 3 weeks. I came on the 5th. On the 5th of March, and then they came on the 6th. Then we stayed for a week. Then some people called me and they told me it's going to get worse. So I called my father. My father didn't come with them first. He
stayed at home.
He stayed at home because my grandma was still there, and my sister's husband's there. He's actually fighting. He's fighting actually. So, and I told my dad to get out to come. He didn't want to come. But he finally, same thing. He went home, packed his bags, and he just went. So he came like a week later. So we were in Poland for a week. When he came, I tried to get visa. I wanted to bring him home, wanted to bring him to Chicago. I couldn't get into the embassy. I couldn't. I went, and it was just crazy. It was a lot of people. It was with COVID. There's problems with COVID. So there's like 2 years behind because of that. So I had a hard time. So somebody told me I should go to Lithuania. So I called my friends. Thank God I have, throughout my career I played, and I met some people, and so I knew some people there. They came to pick us up from Lithuania. It's about 6.5 hours, and then we went to Lithuania, stayed there for a week, and I tried to get visa there because it's a little bit. It's not like in Poland right now. It's like 2.5 million people from Ukraine, refugees. And there was a little bit less, a lot less actually. When we got there, they told us 10,000, but I still couldn't get to the embassy, and I couldn't get a visa. We came back here to Poland. I tried again, and it's just again, it's nobody's fault. It's a difficult situation for everybody. I understand that. The most important thing, like you said, we are together. They are safe, and that's all. That's all that matters, because it could be a lot worse. What I'm hearing, talking to everybody back home, it's getting worse and worse. So I'm lucky. We are very lucky to be in this situation. Yes.
So you mentioned back home for your family. Where is home, and what is the state of your home, of where you're from right now?
You talking about in Kyiv?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not bad like some other places, but they start bombing. Like yesterday, they said they it's getting worse. People start hearing things, They start bombing more and more every day. So I'm glad they are here, but I think it's gonna get a lot worse. I don't think it's gonna stop. So I'm just happy that they're here. I'm still worried. My grandma's still there. My mom's sister's still there. And again, husband, my sister, because I have my niece here too. My sister, little girl's here. Her daughter's here too with us. She's 13 years old.
Your sister's husband is fighting right now.
Mm-hmm.
Has she been able to communicate with him at all? Okay.
She talks to him as much as she can. She actually talked to him this morning, and they can only have certain times. He sleeps because he has to. They patrol every night. They do some other things. So she talks to him as much as he can, but he calls her, he texts her, and they told him it's not safe to be on the phone because it's just better to not be. So they if they find time, and they can talk, not long, but they talk for a few minutes, every day as much as they can.
Dema, you're in Poland. Where are you making home for your family right now? Are you in a house? Are you in a hotel?
Yeah, we rent a little apartment. It's
Okay.
like 2-bedroom apartment, like 1 bedroom with a little living room, and we stay here, 5 of us, just till we decide what we're gonna do next.
And what is your hope to do next? You're trying Lithuania, you're trying Poland, Chicago. Like, what is your hope for your family next?
I just want to bring him home. I want to bring him to Chicago. I don't want to ask for any refugee status. I don't want to ask for anything. I want to bring him home. They could just stay with me till hopefully these things, work, be over. And again, the crazy thing is I don't know when it's going to be over. We don't know. So for us to stay here, we don't know anybody here in Poland. We just, just buying time, I guess. Again, it's better than staying there or anywhere else. It's safer here, I think, because it's a NATO country, so it's better. But, I feel comfortable bringing him home because it's where I'm from. I know everybody there, and I have a home there. So, but it's difficult right now. So we might go somewhere else and just stay there for a little bit, and then I'll still try to bring him home,
You talk about the hope, and I think that is, that's such a powerful thing to have during a time like this. And, I can't imagine being in a position where you have to leave your home, all of your possessions. You said your family just basically packed a backpack, and that's all that they could bring with them. Can you tell us what should people know about what life was like in Ukraine, living in Ukraine before all of this started, and why it was such a beautiful place to call home?
Yeah, it's Ukraine, Chicago, anywhere in the world, in Poland right now. When things like this happen, you realize what's important in life. Just to have peace. To have a normal life. And people don't have that. People dying every day, kids dying every day. It's it's crazy.
Dema, for people that are watching at home and they're saying, it's so hard to watch buildings in Ukraine, people dead, and you're thinking, how is this country ever going to bounce back when you see the destruction that's happened? For people that are watching and want to know, what is this all about? What does this come down to? And how hard is that for the Ukrainian people that it's happened in the course of a month? Their whole lives have changed. And we sit at home in the United States, and to us, it feels like over nothing.
Yeah, no, listen, it's nobody's fault that it's happened. I mean, one man, do this destruction, this crazy thing, what he's doing. But, you can't control. I mean, every day we're sitting here. I mean, we're talking about my mom, my dad, talking about if they have somewhere to go back to, we don't know. Thank God I have a home that can always bring him there, to my home, and they can be with me. But, my family built something for years,
right?
And they could lose it, It's very difficult to understand,
It's been one of the powerful things that I've seen over the course of the last month is the outpouring of support, and we've seen it from all corners of the world. We've seen it in the soccer community, especially. What has it meant to you to see these sort of this show of solidarity amongst national teams, club teams, and MLS? What has it meant to you?
Unbelievable. It's no words. You can't describe it, that how much support, my country gets from everybody. It doesn't matter, soccer world, all the athletes, people around the world that never knew about Ukraine, Some people didn't know Ukraine. I'm sure, some people, when I had my passport, I showed my passport, a lot of people have no idea. What is this? Oh, it's Russia. No, it's not Russia. It's a different country, But it's nice to see that everybody come together and support and help and understand what's life about, and what's really important in life, So, and I think this will change people, in my country and around the world, that one day you get up, it's peace, and next day it's you get bombs are falling, So it's crazy. It's till this day, like you said, it's been a month, but to me it's a movie, It's like a movie. I'm watching it like a movie, like a I don't know, show, I don't know. It's just I still can't believe it, Still can't believe it, It's happening.
Susanna mentions the outpouring. People want to help. We've seen goal celebrations, flags in stadiums. Has anybody in particular, is there a message you got? Is someone that reached out to you that really stuck with you, Dema?
I somebody sent me it was a first game at Minnesota Stadium or somewhere. Somebody sent me a text that they mentioned my name, and they said, support, that I played in the league for a long time. That means a lot, That means a lot. I know it happened 11 years ago that I played in the league, but it's when I see that, it's makes me happy. It makes me really, really happy. But it's not about me. It's not about everybody wants this thing to be over. They just want to go back to their homes. A lot of people don't have homes now. There's thousands and thousands of people, don't have a place to go to. So it's hard. It's difficult. But that's what it is. That's what life is. I know we're going to rebuild, My country's going to be strong. And one good thing is going to come out of this, that everybody's going to know, that about Ukraine, what kind of people we have. Strong. And it's crazy, It's
blown away.
I don't know. You can't describe anything. And just, I can tell you, my friend of mine, a week ago, told me a story about his mom. They came out of the house, and the father and the mother and one of their friends, they saw Russian soldiers. They start running away. They start shooting at them. It's one of my best friends' parents. And there was a mom like on the left, the woman and the father on the right. They hit the woman in the middle. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, there's just such a sense of helplessness, I think, for a lot of people, about, wanting to help, wanting to do something, but really not sure how to. Dema, is there anything that you can offer in terms of how people can help? People in the United States, people everywhere. What can we do?
Nothing. Just do what you've been doing. Helping, praying. Supporting. It's not just the financial. There's a lot of financial help. People do it, but it's not that. I mean, just little things matter. All these celebrations, concerts. People get together around the world. Just 100,000, 200,000 people come out and support. Everybody against the war. Trying to stop this man. Dista, Sonia. Dista. Say hi. This is my little niece.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
I love your shirt.
We love your shirt. Yes. Big cat people.
We love cats.
And we're so happy you're with your family, and we're so happy that you are safe right now.
And so I just keep coming out, supporting. You're right. We could say a lot of things, but we cannot stop this. You know what I mean? I mean, hopefully, those people realize what's happening. It's innocent people dying, kids dying, women, men. Grandmas. Everybody. It's just, again, it's not real. To me, it's not real. Every day we're watching TV. I still a lot of friends there. I talk to them every day, 3-4 times a day that are there actually in Kyiv, different cities. Some are actually left, went to Germany, went to different countries. We talk to them every day. Again, so much support. People that they never met just come, give them clothes, food, housing, everything. So it's nice to see.
It is. Dema, well, we have to thank you so much for coming on here and talking to Suzanne and I today.
Thank you for having me, guys.
But most of all, we're so happy that you're with your family. We knew you were in Poland, but we weren't sure what the status was. So this has, in a really dark situation, this has been a positive. So thank you very much.
Yeah, we're so grateful.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Please stay safe, and we are wishing all the best and sending so much love to your family and all your friends over there. Our hearts are with you. We are just beyond grateful to Dema for giving us this time, for shedding light on his story, his family's story. I can't tell you how relieved we feel knowing that he is reunited with at least some of his family members. And we know that there are some that are still in Ukraine. As he mentioned, his sister's husband fighting along with the Ukrainian army there. We just, it's important to tell these stories and shed awareness. And so I think, with everything that's going on, it's so essential for us to listen to people with these firsthand experiences and these stories, because it brings it home. For me, it was just like kind of picturing what that would look like if your family was stuck somewhere and trying desperately to get them out and having to leave with none of your possessions and leaving your home. And I think it's just, if we're given this platform, Jill, I'm so glad that we're able to use it to bring some awareness and shed some light on stories like that.
Me too. It brings it home for so many reasons. We're sitting in the comfort of our homes taping this, right, Suze? And you think, what if just all of a sudden you were out with your backpack and told you can't go home? When he mentioned briefly going through Hungary, my family is Hungarian refugees. That's where we come from. So thinking that that's the old world. That's my grandparents. And now thinking wait, this is happening all over again was just really jarring. And there was one thing he said that stood out to me when he said, they want to go home, but they don't know if they're going to go home. And I had an instant flashback to the Beyond the Stands I did with Mehdi Bellucci in Jordan at the Syrian refugee camp, where those refugees had been sitting in a refugee camp for 6.5 years. And they said, all we took was something with us because we thought this was going to be 1 month. Yeah. And for the Ukrainians, it's been a month, and you hope so much that they are going home soon. And I just really hope that people can go home and get their life back, right? They're sitting in limbo in Poland, and they're so lucky to have Dema that, he says, through his playing career and, the things that have been afforded to him, he has access to so much. and they're trying to figure it out. So like, what's everybody else's reality?
What a testament to just the strength of the Ukrainian people. I just want so badly for them to be able to go back home and celebrate their lives the way they used to be able to. And so it's, I don't know, it's just so powerful. We are thinking of them constantly. And, in our vein for here for this, I think that our number one here for this, Jill, is definitely that Dema and his family are safe and have been reunited. And, we asked him what we can do to help. And he just said, keep us forward in your thoughts, like keep spreading awareness. Like that is the key. And so we're gonna just continue to do that and try to shed some light on stories like this, because it matters. On a lighter note, Jill.
Some things happened.
It was. Sunday night was a really lovely celebratory evening for many people. Number one, congratulations, Canada. You are going to the World Cup. You punched your ticket to the World Cup the first time since 1986. I am so happy for our neighbors to the north. They completely deserve this, and I can't wait to watch them play in the World Cup, because I think that they are going to be one of those like dark horse teams. I just have a feeling Canada is going to give some people problems, and I'm here for it. But the United States, Jill, they win 5-1 against Panama in a game that they had to win. And there was so much to like about this performance. Christian Pulisic scores his first international hat trick. And so I'm gonna preface this here for this by saying I was not here for it until I understood the context of his worm goal celebration, because all I saw was this sort of flash of him executing the worm, which is questionable anyway, but he wasn't doing it terribly well. I was very confused. I was like, well, this is an odd choice. But then we come to find out there's an incredible reason and backstory behind why he chose to do that particular celebration. And
now you have to like the worm.
Now you have to like it, guys.
You all do, and you all will.
The day before the game, the U.S. men's national team met with a young man named Mason Ogle, who was diagnosed with a very rare form of bone cancer at age 13. He's a huge soccer fan, and he's actually still able to play on his high school team, despite the fact that he has gone through several rounds of chemotherapy. He has had a knee replacement. I mean, it's just the guy he's overcome so much, he's still playing. So he had a chance to meet with the team. And when he talked with Christian Pulisic, he said, if you score, I want you to do the worm celebration. And lo and behold, Christian Pulisic scores a hat trick and then is able to execute the worm. And that is why he did it. And so for that reason, Jill, I am here for the worm.
Context is everything, isn't it?
Context is everything.
Shout out, sure, to Christian Pulisic, but shout out to Mason. Our third here for this, and this is a shout out to, I'm calling him Greggy B.
You're not going with Triple G?
Oh no.
Triple G.
Jimmy C, Donnie G.
Jimmy C. I like it. No, wait, is it Greggy B or Greg B?
Greggy
B. I like it.
I'm sitting at home during this, and obviously I'm starting to feel really good. Like once it was 3-0, 4-0, I'm like, and breathe. And then I know when you're inspired when you go online to buy stuff. Sorry. When you go online to buy stuff, find myself on the U.S. men's national team website, which I will admit I haven't been on in a minute. A lot of women's items, not a lot of men's. And I just want to find Greggy B's tees. He rocked some really clean tees throughout this World Cup qualifiers. The ones that just say States and United. I can't find them on the website. So if anyone knows where to find them, let me know, because I really want one. I want a Greggy B.
He's got the hookup. It's like Jimmy C and his kicks, like Greggy B and his tees.
Right. Like if and when, we've been pursuing Greg Berhalter for a little bit. That's, I should say, we're talking about Greg Berhalter here, coach of the U.S. men's national team. That when we have him on, I think we all should wear them in unison together.
Oh, I would love that.
Because he is going to be a guest of ours at some point. We know
absolutely he will. That will happen. But that also means that we need to find out who his t-shirt guy is. Like we got to.
So they're definitely like the official ones. But you know how like the coaching staff has a warm-ups that's maybe not out for like the people?
Yes.
I think that's this. So if you guys know where to get it, let me know, because I I want
Help your girls out.
I want swag now because I'm feeling better. So, Suze, that begs the question: yes or no? Because you have been, and I mean this in an endearing way, a nervous wreck about this. I've been a little in the middle, maybe just feeding off of you. Since the U.S. did not qualify 4 years ago, would they be Italy? Would they not qualify again? It all looks but locked up at this point. What would they have to lose? Like 7 or 8
6-0. They would have to lose by 6 goals.
6-0. Shout out to Matt Doyle, who pointed out, if you forfeit, it's only a 3-0 loss.
I died. I absolutely died.
But yes or no, are you feeling better about, are the U.S. going to the World Cup at this point for you as pre-Wednesday game against Costa Rica?
I am happy to report, Jillian Sakovitz.
How's your mental health?
That yes, I do believe that the United States are going to be playing in
If you believe, then I believe.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the first 10 minutes of that match was not so sure. It was
penalty kick changed it all.
Woo, it sure did.
Before we get to what's on tap, quick question for you, because we were talking about it off camera. Who's your captain?
Oh, I love this question. So for me, it has to be Walker Zimmerman. I have been so
over Christian Pulisic.
Impressed. Yes. And I understand. So Greg Berhalter talked about why Christian Pulisic.
Because I don't like this changing captain thing.
I know it's a little bit like, I think it's been okay for World Cup qualifiers, but once they're there, because they will be willing that into existence, they need to pick one. And I think that Walker Zimmerman has earned it. He has been so solid, so good at doing all the little things as well. And even his awareness last night, like on that first penalty, the awareness to stop the guy from going to make a throw in so that they could actually take a look at that penalty, which ended up resulting in their first goal, which changed the entire trajectory of that match. It's veteran moves like that. So smart. And then he had that beautiful secondary assist on Jesus Ferreira's goal. The way he and Miles Robinson have found this just completely amazing rapport, that center back pairing it makes me calm. I feel good. It's Walker Zimmerman. I think he exudes every quality that you could want in a captain. I also think if you've talked to him, we have had him on the pod. He's so good at talking to the media as well.
Yes,
and you need a captain, especially on a world stage like the World Cup, who, maybe after a bad performance, after a good performance, you need a face. You need a face and somebody that can deal with that.
Is that maturity?
It is maturity.
I feel like that's maturity,
100%.
right? I understand you were the one who told me why Greg gave it to Christian Pulisic.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that he was there against Trinidad and Tobago 4 years ago with the infamous photo of him kind of just inconsolable on the field to then getting the hat trick 4 years later. I get it. But yeah, if you're going to talk maturity, I guess it is Walker Zimmerman. Another guy I've really loved watching is Tyler Adams. And but again, is he old enough for that role? Because I always think about this. New York Rangers, Henrik Lundqvist, when I covered them, he spoke when they lost a Game 7, and you got to be that person. Yeah. So he wasn't the captain, but he was the goalie, and he did it. So that's a good shout, Walker Zimmerman. TBD. I was liking what I saw from Tyler Adams, but I'd be fine with any three of them.
Yeah, absolutely. All good choices.
What's on tap? What is on tap? Well, keep an eye out. I'll be posting more about ATL Yo. It is a nonprofit organization that has been launched by some good people in Atlanta, including former Atlanta United players. I'm on the board and really excited to be on that board alongside guys like Michael Parkhurst and Greg Garza. So keep an eye out.
So cool.
It's mentorship and trying to make sure that the beautiful game is
I love that.
Given to everybody in the Atlanta area. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully some things coming up soon.
Great stuff. Also, guys, tomorrow night, the U.S. men's national team close out their fight to qualify for the World Cup as they take on Costa Rica. That game at 9:05 p.m. Eastern. You can watch on Paramount Plus, Universo, and Peacock. And also make sure to make that a multi-screen experience as Canada finish out their historic qualifiers against Panama. That game at 9:05 p.m. Eastern on One Soccer and Paramount Plus. Also, we're having a watch-along don't forget about that. It's going to be hosted by Andrew Wiebe. Matt Doyle is going to be on. Caitlin Carr, Sasha Question is going to be making an appearance as well. So I did the watch along for the U.S. game on Sunday night, and it was really, really fun. And we had some great people in the comments there. So it was fun to kind of interact with everyone that way. So you definitely want to check that out, because I have a feeling we are going to be celebrating.
Yay!
I'm just saying.
I'm so here for that. And there's a lot to celebrate because we hit the road. Next week, we're going out to Cali. We got a little bit of an El Trafico special showdown for you all. We're going to be live and deep diving with the LA Galaxy and then doing the same with LAFC. So double the money, double your fun for El Trafico.
And we get to see each other in person again.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you all so much. And most of all, thank you so much to Dema for coming on here and just sharing that with us. We are so, so grateful.
What's up, everybody? It is Susanna Collins and Jillian Sakovitz, co-hosts of The Call Up. And if you want more Call Up action, hit like and subscribe right here on YouTube, right there.
And also make sure that you download every episode of The Call Up every single Tuesday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time or anywhere that you get your podcasts. And while you're here, why not check out some of these other videos as well?